Just be glad that beastie let you on. This area is biocontaminated. It's really hazardous. Muscles like steel. Find us a sunset to ride into. A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way? This region is known as the KNUPSTONIES. You can't find a harder place in the world. Shouldn't take much more. Right where it comes. Love to hear a mount's footbeat. Ah, the Gnote pen. Nocco never leaves this place. She's always put the living things first. Let's see.
Puri kumbala muma. Beri?
Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again.
Kialdo male kanoto, kanorota.
She wonders if you remember her. She's Nocco. She let you ride her Mjut when you were a kid.
Kialdo male kanoto.
Nocco remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark.
Kanamunta.
But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going.
Inadabsunka monibasa.
Seems reluctant to even say its name. It's become personal to her too, since it's taken so many of her innocent gnotes as prey.
Narolote. Asadurutu.
Nocco remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be.
Inyavaldo anora kapapum. Pendrine senema.
She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least. She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still. Nocco says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting Lupa Lupin to pay for what he did to her gnotes, despite the fact it's against her nature.
The light shines on!
Better isn't the word I would use.
Right, not better. Best.
You're the worst.
The worst of being the worst. We're just the best.
Puri kumbala muma. Masamal.
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones. You can't do everything you want, can't go everywhere, can't see everything, only what you can. So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the gnotes die with it. Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out. Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights too. They're just so shiny, makes her smile to think about them. But let's not speak of that now. She has an idea where the Mjut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the MJUTMEADOW. The Mjut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you. You should lead the Mjut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater. It's the most magnificent creature she's ever encountered, a creature straight out of a dream or story. There should be more cliffs here. You found the MJUTMEADOW. Watch out for the Mjut. Good morning to you.
Inga valdo pala.
Now that the Mjut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned.
Kanamunt.
She says the Mjut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down.
Beri amun.
The Mjut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down.
Pendrine senema. Beri anora kapapum.
She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Mjut by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time.
Urasa durut. Kala. Andro?
It's easy to describe. A crossway is where roads meet in a knot and merge. This one is in Sector 7J, if you're familiar with Out-of-Date's map. You always find good use for things like that. Best part of a mount? No need to refuel. Cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate the dispenser. What you see is what you get, once it's out of the blind box locked. This might be the end of everything as we know it.
It's intended.
With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Mjut calms down. But Noko is still concerned.
Urasa durut. Kialdo male canodo.
She's relieved the Mjut has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got. The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world mecha Mjut. If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the SMILO shopperia while scavenging for treats for the gnotes. That's not so far away. It's a seat you fasten on the back of a mount to safeten up your ride. It can become quite bumpy and risky without. You finally found the village of Bumlidoff. Seems like your mount likes you well enough. The SMILO shopperia. Guess shopping here put a smile on your face. Cutting edge. Not opening for you. Gross. This place stinks. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Feels like a monster's lair down here. Now hold on. You need to loosen the bolts without rattling the Mjut. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's it. The sit-tight is loose. Time to stop horsing around and get the sit-tight back to Nocco. That's more like it. Watch your balance.
Masammal kamonu sana yote.
Now that the Mjut's got a mouthful of bonbon gummy and the brand new sit-tight is in place, the Mjut is ready to ride.
Ferena masalapu kodutuku.
Nocco's been training another fantabulous little critter that'll hopefully become a distraction for the hoof puff when you confront it.
Poila kodo andro kodutuku.
She's called them glitter moths, and the best way to find them is to go talk to Mito. She's asked him to keep them somewhere safe.
Tukonda.
You'll find Mito at Bright Light. He's a light-headed fellow, but hopefully he'll remember where he stored the moths.
Sadurutu.
He's been able to literally shed some light in the darkness for her over the years, but also because of his cheerful manner.